What you're about to listen to is a Bry-Fy production. Comic book reviews. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Bry-Fy podcast. I'm your host, Bry-Fy, your comics guy, and I'm excited to be back, man. It's been a week, and at work it's definitely been a week. So the outage was supposed to be over. I was supposed to be back here. I was supposed to just be able to dedicate 100% to the podcast and get ready for Comicpalooza. And alas, things have just gone wrong. But that's okay, you know. I haven't done anything wrong. And that's really the only thing that I care about. But no. So yeah, still dealing with that. But don't worry, guys. We still have another great episode for you guys this week. And I can't wait to just dive into what we have for today. But before we do, I do want to give a shout out to the guys over at Comicast. They had me on their latest episode, which you can check out now. You can go to my social media to find the link to that episode, or the link. I said leak. You don't want to find the leak. You want to find the link to their episode. We're talking about the X-Men 97 cartoon, which is on Disney Plus right now. And honestly, guys, I don't think it's a spoiler to say I've been having an absolute blast watching this cartoon. It's been so much fun. I've never been a huge X-Men fan, but being able to watch what's been going on and just learn these characters and get involved with them has been so much fun and so great. And if I encourage anyone who has never been an X-Men fan, or if you have been an X-Men fan and you've just not been watching X-Men 97 for whatever reason, you need to get on it, man. And then if you want some more spoilers and get my full honest opinion of it, you can go over to the Comicast episode and hear us talk about it and hear some more of my opinions. I think we'll save it for maybe next episode, or who knows, maybe later. You know what? Maybe later we'll talk about X-Men 97. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really know what I have planned for my big review for this episode yet. We're kind of just winging it, okay? We're just kind of making it happen the best that we can. But after all that being said, man, let's talk about Comicpalooza, guys. Since we talked about Comicast, they're going to be there, and we're actually doing a panel on Sunday, which is going to be a lot of fun. I believe it's at 3 p.m. in room 330. We're going to be talking about the future of the X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'm really excited for that, and I can't wait to talk about that. But also, there are tons of other fun things happening at Comicpalooza. We've talked about, panels and other events that are happening during the convention, but there's so much more, man, including like entertainment things. We've talked about the Texas All-Star Wrestling, which is happening Friday night, which is a really cool thing. If you're a wrestling fan, it's really great to see. But hey, not everyone's a wrestling fan. I get that. Do you like clubs? Do you like raves? Well, Club Kaiju does a thing with Comicpalooza where they do their Friday night raves. Cosplay is encouraged. Also, I think it's 18 and up only. I can't remember exactly. I don't get carded because I look old as hell. So I don't have that issue. And I think they do it on the top floor. Last Comicpalooza, my wife and I went, but kind of like as things were winding down, we were just kind of really bored and wanted to get back out and just see what was going on. That was Friday night. So we went out with my sister. It was her birthday, and that's when I got the forbidden chicken wings that were a little too pink on the inside. That made me sick that night. But we came back from doing that. We were at I think it's called the Dugout. It's a really awesome batting cage / Top Golf simulator type thing. It was badass and a lot of fun. I definitely want to go again. However, I will definitely be checking the chicken wings if I happen to get them this next time. Probably won't because of the fear that's been instilled in me. But in case. But yeah, as we came back from the Dugout, we were like, man, it's really late. What's going on? The convention's closed, but there are events going on. Friday Night Rave was one of those events. So we went up there, listened to some music, kind of danced around a little bit, and then came back to the apartment and went to sleep. And then later, it was a living hell for the rest of the weekend for me because of food poisoning. But there were other cool things happening. There's, what is it called? Shogeki Sumo, which is happening all weekend long. And you can even sign up to get to sumo, which is a lot of fun. But, you're signing a waiver because, I don't know if you know this, sumo athletes are very strong and can kill you. So be careful, but have a lot of fun. Also, there's the house party comedy with a bunch of comedians that are going to show up, including one guy who I've seen on America's Got Talent. He's a really old dude. His name's Andy Huggins. He does some really funny stand-up comedy. I can't wait to see him. I think it's starting Saturday at 6 p.m. I can't remember what room it's going to be in, but don't want to miss that. I mean, hey, got a guy who's kind of famous on TV with America's Got Talent going to be there. So that should be a hell of a good time. And then the last two things, we have the Comedy Sports, which is happening for sure Saturday and Sunday, where it's basically two improv teams battling it out for your laughs, your suggestions. It's a lot of fun. I've been to it once before, and I had a great time. So I definitely recommend doing the Comedy Sports thing. And then on Saturday at 7 p.m., also one of the big highlights for me for the Comicpalooza weekend is the Comicpalooza Mix and Mingle, where it's a live art auction. They raise money for charity. You get to see a lot of artists that are down on the convention floor do live art right in front of you. One, it's a great time. If you're into custom pieces, it's a great time to try to get a custom piece. Two, it's just a great atmosphere. It's just fun to see the artists mingling, having a lot of fun and chatting and stuff. So I definitely recommend that, and anything that you can do during the weekend with Comicpalooza. Just check the schedules, check the panels, use the Comicpalooza app. That's the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway that I've learned over the years is the Comicpalooza app is such a treasure to have, guys. It's such an easy way to find exactly what you're looking for, or just browse different things to see what's kind of your niche, man. What's going to fit what you're looking for that night or day when you're just wanting something to do. So definitely use the Comicpalooza app. And that's it, man. Let's move on to some nifty nerd news. All right, guys, so for the nifty nerd news segment today, I got a couple of things. I think I got 4 items here for you guys. Up first, EA is looking to once again put in-game ads into AAA titles, which they've tried before. And I gotta tell you, when they tried it last time, everyone absolutely hated it. They thought it was dog shit, and they were upset enough where EA took them out of the game. And if I remember correctly, it was for UFC 4, and they were doing like ads for The Boys TV show and stuff. And basically when the game would go to a replay, it would show this big ad for The Boys and then go to the replay, which I can attest is quite disruptive. But I mean, I get it. Like, I get that in-game ads are probably the next easy step for game companies to try to earn more revenue. I'm not going to sit here and act like this is preposterous. Why would you do this? Because it makes a lot of sense. Because 1, they want to make a lot of money. 2, I'm tired of them trying to hit us up on Kickstarters to make good games. Get companies to front the money for these in-game ads, make your good games, and then we'll pay for the downloadable content. Like, that's what I want to happen. I'm tired of like paying for a beta version game to just continuously get updated and never get like the full game. Like, I don't know. I got a lot of issues with buying games. It's just, I don't like it. And I get it. I think my take on in-game ads puts me in a very, I think a minority here, because I think the majority of people do not want in-game ads. I accept that this is going to happen. I'm okay with it happening, but it needs to be done very non-invasively. It needs to be, I think I've seen it with Rocket League, where I've seen it at least for like their season ads, like hey, new season pass or whatever. It's like in the background on a billboard. It's not like this big, oh, look at this ad that we have here, because that's not what gamers want. Like, have it in the background. You have games that have billboards on them. You have games that have signs on them. Put these ads on those. Make them part of the environment. Hell, make them destructible so it makes people want to interact with it. But don't make it like where we swipe to like, oh, kill cam brought to you by Gillette Fusion. Like don't do that. Don't ever do that. Hell, even you can make in-game skins where it's like a Mountain Dew skin for your gun or some shit like that. Like, do things like that where, yes, it's in the game and people are going to recognize it as part of the game, but don't make it an experience of the game. Like, we don't want our ads to be an experience. If we're going to have ads, we want them, yes, to be there and maybe make us think of this product, but not to take away from the game itself. I will tell you, it would make me laugh if I'm getting like crushed by some kid with a Taco Bell skinned SMG, you know, like honestly, to me, that is one of the better ways to do these in-game ads, like the Crunchwrap Supreme skin on a shotgun, like just think of it, all right? Like, I think I would do great at in-game advertisings because, one, I know it's good, but two, I think it's funny. Like, make it funny, make it enjoyable, because, like, look what Fortnite does, you know? These skins for the characters that you play are essentially ads for these, like, anime, cartoons, like, whatever show that they're pulling these people's skins from are getting people interested in these characters, whether they think they are or they're not. Because you're going to, like, even if you don't know who some of these characters are, you might recognize them if you see them enough. And maybe there's a point in time where you're like, well, maybe I should check this out. Or you see a meme on the internet, and you're like, hey, that's that guy from Fortnite. Oh, he's doing something kind of funny or interesting in this meme. Maybe I want to see what this is from. Hell, that's how I watch anime nowadays. I saw this thing where, like, this knight was talking to this elf, and then he's talking about, like, eating this weird-ass shit, and now I'm watching Delicious in Dungeon on Netflix and loving it. Like, advertise me. It was a meme, and it advertised me to start watching this show on Netflix. So, excuse me. Still getting over a cough. I'm trying to get healthy before Comicpalooza. I'm just saying, there's a right and wrong way to do in-game ads, and I think I have the right way to do it. I think we all know, and I think we would all be okay if they did it in some of the ways that I'm describing. Like, it's a weapon skin, it's a character model, like your dude's decked out with McDonald's t-shirts and a hat or some stupid shit like that, or Ronald McDonald is a playable character as like a character skin or something. Or like, I mean, I know like shooters are probably not a company's first choice to be like, yeah, let's put our name all over these guns. Like, the American Red Cross is definitely most likely not going to be like some type of shotgun skin. Like, I understand that. And PETA is definitely not going to be a part of any Deer Hunter game anytime soon. But I think there are ways to make it work, you know? Like, racing games can do car wraps with it. There's ads that can be on billboards along the track. Like, there are ways to do it, man. And I think EA is stupid. Let's just put it that way. They made a poor decision and trying to do the ad in the way that they did. They just need to take the time, listen to gamers, listen to the people that are okay with it, and listen to their ideas, because that is going to be the best way to make this tough to swallow pill easier to swallow, I think. That's enough for my soapbox on this. Let's move on. Next soapbox. So the newest promo images of Superman came out not too long ago, and it begs the question, does putting on your boots by pulling up your bootstraps make you gay? because that's what's happening on Twitter right now. I've seen a like ultra conservative game vlogger, or I don't know who this person really is, but it's popped up on my news feed, so now I have to, like, now it's in my life and I have to deal with this, where they were like, look what's wrong with Superman, like, look how he's pulling up his boots, he looks like a woman, how dare he? And I'm just like, one, dumbest take I've ever heard, this is stupid, and two, how do you pull up your boots in a man, like, what's manly and femininely, like, is he like, oh, when he pulls up his boots? No, he's just pulling up his boots. If you've seen the image, he's not in a thong doing it. Well, I mean, he is in like his Superman outfit, which I think has the underwear on the outside. So, yeah, I get that point and stuff. But like, how am I not putting my shoes on manly? Like if someone saw me putting on my shoes, they'd be like, wow, look at that woman over there. Like, ooh, look how he daintily ties his laces. Like, I don't know what this take is. I don't understand. And isn't like one of the big selling points for like these super far right people, like pulling yourself up by your bootstrap? Is that like, I'm just saying, does Trump do it way more manlier than Superman? Like, I thought Superman was kind of like the guy that we all looked at as like, yeah, that's the man's man. That's America's boy, even though he's an immigrant who came here illegally and believes in like helping others with like for free, you know, like social equality and things like that. Oh, wait, now I know why they hate him. But I don't know. I thought it was just a really poor take on an image that has like, I don't know. It's bad. It's a bad take. Like, I guess you're doing it for the views, like for the clicks, like, aha, rage clicks, or like, this is what my base likes, so this is what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand, excuse me, these ultra political takes on not ultra political things. Like, it ruins everyone. Like, it ruins things. Just enjoy things. Like, that's why I'm here, is to enjoy things. Even though I've ranted the last two things, I enjoy these things. And this is how we're going to enjoy them. Speaking of enjoying things, the Fantastic Four has cast Ralph Inningson as Galactus. Now, if you're not familiar with his work, if you play Diablo 4, you might recognize him as the voice of Lorath. And I gotta say, I really like his voice. I think he's going to bring a really cool take to Galactus, and I'm really excited. He's done some other voice acting, I think, in like Assassin's Creed and some like animated stuff. He's no stranger to Marvel even. He's been in Guardians of the Galaxy as a Ravager pilot, and he's no stranger to fantasy or fiction type stuff like this. He's been in things like Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, The Kingsman, Star Wars. He was in the Chernobyl TV show, which I was a big fan of, The Green Knight, Willow. So like, this guy, he's a worker, man. And so I'm excited. I like his voice, and I'm pretty sure Galactus is going to be a lot of voice work versus work, like action-y work. So let's just hope Marvel doesn't do the Galactus that we got in the other Fantastic Four movie with the Silver Surfer, because that might be disturbing. And then the last bit of nifty nerd news that I have to you guys today is kind of funny and sad at the same time. So I don't know if you've heard of this art installation called The Portal, which is in New York City and Dublin, Ireland. It's basically a giant 24/7 FaceTime between the two cities. And it was unveiled May 8th, and it's been shut down as of May 14th. It did not last very long. Basically, it got shut down due to very inappropriate behavior. People were flashing. I think an OnlyFans model flashed, and I think she was out of Dublin. It seems like Dublin's done a lot of bad things compared to New Yorkers. Though, you know, New York's not exempt from this. Basically, they've been going back and forth and being cringeworthy on both sides. I think I saw someone post a picture of 9/11 on their phones and put it on there. I'm assuming it was from the Ireland side of things. And I think people were putting potatoes on New York City, like for the potato famine. I don't know. It's been bad. And honestly, it was expected, right? This is New York. And I'm guessing Dublin is like the New York of Ireland. I don't know. Where there's a lot of people there. A lot of people. And I'm not saying everyone in New York is bad, but I'm saying I hear a lot more stories about how awful people are in New York than I do about how awesome they are in New York. And so that can only leave one to believe this was always going to end poorly. In fact, I remember the first time I saw them with the portal, I thought to myself, well, this is going to be bad. But then I learned they had 24/7 security. So I thought to myself, oh, excuse me, this can't be so bad. There's a security guard there. They will be able to ring things in. I was wrong. They were not able to ring things in, and they had to close the exhibit down, which is weird. I say it's weird because there are actually other portals in the world that, like, they're out there. These like FaceTime things where people can interact city to city in real time, and they're still up. Some of them have been up since 2020. New York couldn't make it a week. Like, Jesus, guys, relax, calm down. And I mean, Dublin is at fault too. They were acting a fool on their side. Like, but at the same time, I blame the artist. Like, you should have known. Like, why put it there? Put it, I don't know, somewhere in the Midwest. They're friendly out there. A little weird, but friendlier. Could have put it in a small town. Maybe Seattle would have worked. It'd just been weird stuff, but not inappropriate stuff. I don't know. But I'm getting all worked up coughing-wise now. I'm about to have a coughing fit here because of how upset I am with this. But that's it, man. That's all I have for the Nifty Nerd News for you guys this week. And really, I don't have anything else much to talk about. Head over to Comiccast, listen to us talk about X-Men 97, and get ready for Comicpalooza. We are... Excuse me. Sorry about that. We are, not this weekend, but next weekend is Comicpalooza. We are 1 weekend away from Comicpalooza, man. If you don't have your tickets now, you're awful. Fix that. Do better. Also, early ticket pickup is about to happen soon, so head over to comicpalooza.com to get your tickets, see when early badge pickup is, and check out everything that Comicpalooza has to offer. I'll be there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm doing things every day. I'll be in panels every day. So come see me. Check out my social media to see where I'm going to be, when I'm going to be, and who I'm going to be with, because it's going to be a blast. Anyway, that's all that I have for you guys this week. My throat is killing me, and so I cannot talk any longer. Bry-Fy out.